ask what Trillions is about, the new book. And I think it's basically that, look, we have climbed this mountain. It's called Billion Mountain. It's PC peak. You know, we've got 4 billion cell phones. They're little supercomputers in your pocket. And that's pretty amazing. But it turns out when you get to the top of a mountain, you realize sometimes there's a much bigger mountain. You know, this bigger mountain here after you climb up this. And that's not a few billion. That's trillions of computing devices. And so the book is really about, this is happening. The world is going to have trillions of computing devices. The bolts in high-end cars that hold your seat down, they've got sensors in them already. The bolts. So raw materials in nature are going to have this. And so the book is really saying, hey, here's our first report from our exploration into the future, into climbing this other mountain. And the other mountain is trillions of devices. And things you did in billions maybe won't work in trillions. In 2010, we made 10 billion microprocessors. So this is a done deal. It's happening. And so I think the book is really saying, you ain't seen nothing yet. And in some ways, we decided we would put out a field guide. Here's what we've seen. It's like a foot soldier's diary, where we're just saying, look, we've spent 20 years researching this. We've been funded tens of millions of dollars to look into the future and trillions. We've climbed, we've gone through the forest, and we've waded the streams, and we've started climbing up trillions. And here's our first report, what we discovered. And oh, by the way, here's our map. Like, here's our roadmap of what help us, but this is our first draft map of the territory. Now, the good news is that, you know, we're dwindling in terms of even the opportunities on the current mountain. You know, MySpace has to die for Facebook to win. You know, and so we're fighting over the last few scraps of you know, 6 billion mountain. But there's tons of surface area on the next mountain. There's like massive amounts of opportunity for growth. Anything multiplied by a trillion, a penny multiplied by a trillion is a big number, and over time it's a big number. So we think there is vast business opportunity, and part of this book is really about saying that if you can learn these patterns, you can climb the mountain and help us climb the mountain together.